And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Hey everyone and welcome. In this video, as I promised, we're going to be having a look at New Zealand's insanity. Now, as you're probably aware from the earlier video, Australia are going well off the rails, including and specifically New South Wales and Sydney, I might add. Well, it seems that New Zealand are in a clown world competition. They're running, I don't know, what could you call it? An insane Olympics. They're both going for the gold. This time, news has come out that New Zealand, the PM, Jacinda Ardern, has rushed the world's most extreme abortion legislation into law while the country's distracted with the pandemic. Now, when I saw that headline, I was thinking, what do they mean by extreme? Well, let me tell you, they've actually listed it in this article. New Zealand's MPs have introduced the most extreme abortion law in the world after the abortion legislation bill passed its third reading in Parliament. The bill passed by 68 votes to 51, a much narrower margin than at the first and second reading. The new law will mean that New Zealand has the most extreme abortion law in the world. And this will include, are we ready for these? Abortion will now be available de facto on demand for any reason up to birth. Yep, right up to the day of birth. Next, sex-selective abortion will be legalised. Oh, I don't want a boy, that means. Oh, I don't want a girl. You see where that's going to end up going? The current 20-week limit, which I personally don't have an issue with, it's a compromise that works, isn't it? 20 weeks should be long enough to decide whether you want the baby or not. Personally, I think we should get back to, I don't know, contraception. But it's a compromise. Well, they want to get rid of that for disability selective abortion, and will make it disability selective abortion available right up to birth for the disabilities including cleft lip, clubfoot and Down syndrome. There'll be no requirement that a doctor must be involved with providing an abortion. There will be no legal requirement that babies born alive after a failed abortion are given medical support. There will be no legal requirement that pain relief be given to babies being aborted between 20 weeks and birth. There will be no legal restrictions on controversial methods of abortion such as intact dilation and extraction abortions, also known as partial birth. Now, you may be wondering why I'm actually bringing this up, well, being a man, etc, etc. Well, it turns out that polling in New Zealand has actually shown that the new law is strongly opposed by the public. In other words, no one wanted it, in particular by women. Only 2% of the women in New Zealand support this being available on demand up to birth. 93% of women oppose sex selective being legal at all, and 94% of women support the current legal standards and not this new bill. So it's not being supported at all by the people. Now, at this point, I'd like to point out the government's supposed to be the servants of the people, not the other way around. They are not rulers. This is a rule, isn't it? If the people are so much against it in the polling, how have they managed to put this through? Well, it seems they've used the lurgy and the panic about that and the lockdowns to push it through quickly. Given the extremely low support for the change and the gap between MPs opposing and supporting was quickly closing, Jacinda's government rushed the final stages of the bill progress through Parliament while MPs, media and the country were distracted with dealing with the lurgy pandemic. This included progressing the final sitting of the committee stage and the bill's third and final reading through Parliament on the same day. New Zealand are in trouble, aren't they, everyone? The bill has also seen a very large backlash from the disability community, with over 1,200 people with Down syndrome and their families calling on the Prime Minister, Jacinda Ardern, to keep a pre-election promise to not introduce abortion up to birth for Down syndrome. You should be just championing it for not at all, in my honest opinion. I think that's disgraceful up until birth. Never satisfied. It seems to be never satisfied, never satisfied. Since when is 20 weeks not enough? But I'd like to know your opinion on this one. I thought I'd bring it to you. It seems like the land down under and the two islands near it have gone absolutely mental. I feel sorry for the people living there. But let me know what you think. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, share it out. Stay sane. I'll see you on the next one.